Alright guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman YouTube channel at the Hunter Collective. Today we've got Noah in the chair. Now we just had a little consultation and Noah wants a very high skin fade and basically like a buzz cut, but we're going to use scissors, and he wants kind of like a crop fringe. So essentially this is going to be a load of texture to the top, very short texture. So again, more like maybe an overgrown crop, so like maybe he's had a 4 on the top and it's grown out. Can add some texture to that, make it really nice and messy through the top, so loads of movement through here, and then we're going to shorten this fringe and make it a little bit more. But maybe with your fringe, I was thinking of going a lot shorter than what it is now, but maybe more than kind of putting it straight, maybe we'll just razor it so it's nice and sort of jagged and quite choppy through the top. I think it'll just blend in, but it'll be a lot shorter than everywhere else, so, but it'll be a bit more natural looking. I think it'll look really nice. Yeah. Going to probably maybe texturize this more with the scissors than the razor, just because it's so short. But I'll show you some techniques to create a nice little bit of choppiness through here to give that kind of buzz cut effect, but just a little bit of a twist to it as well. All right, so we'll give it a wash and condition and then we'll start. Right guys, so we've just shampooed and conditioned Noah's hair. Now what I'm going to do on this is, because it's so short, I'm going to work on the top first and then graduate down. I think it's just easier to do, and I can start to set that real short shape in the top and then really figure out where to work through the sides as well. Noah's got a double crown here, and as you can see, what his last barber has done is quite a good thing really, taking it off at that short length. Now with a double crown, when it's longer, it's easy to disguise, it's easy to work with, but when it's so short, it's either long or you take it off, right? Don't mean right off, but you tend to go a lot shorter here to work for this double crown to stay looking good for a few weeks. Because I'm guessing when your hair's this short, I'm probably right here now, you go fairly regularly to your barber, don't you? Yep. Because it's so short. Yep. So again, with something like this, for the aesthetic effect, for it to look good for while it's growing out as well, just take it fairly short. Now I don't normally take crowns too short, but with this haircut I will do, just because of the way it's growing out and also the way it is. It's very close together, it's not long enough to disguise, so we'll just take it shorter and cut into this. So this is a really nice variation if you're looking for something nice and short. But you don't want it to be too aggressive, you don't want it to look like a buzz cut, or to be all the same length as a buzz cut normally does. It's a really nice way to do it. So fingers flat, nice small sections, and just very small cuts as well through the top. So what this will end up being is roughly, say, if you're using a clipper, this will be about a number 8, if you're looking at length, all right? So if you were in a busy shop and you didn't have time to spend doing this technique and working it this way, you could put a number 8 on it, leave the fringe, and then work through texturizing. But I just find I've got the time, I like to spend a bit of time doing something like this as well, so I'm going to work through my fingers on the top. But if you were really busy and you want to do a bit of a shortcut of this haircut, you could do a number 8, which is 1 inch long, and then just overly texturize it from that length as well. Don't show them I'm on my tiptoes here, Liam, mate, don't be showing that, alright. It's not good being 5 foot, what should I say, I'm 10, yeah. Not good being 5 or 10 now, mate, you know, it really isn't.
To me, mate, just alongside of 6 foot.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't feel like, you know, you don't really notice how tall you are around, like when you're walking around or working or something. So when you go out, you're like, oh God.
Yeah, I'm glad I
feel it, mate. We're in the same club here, mate. All right, we're in the same club here, man. I'm just working from the front around the round of his head. Now I will be making this will be more of a rounder finish on this haircut, just because we're working so close and so high at the top. We're not going to be looking to try and maintain too much squareness in this. We're going to more look, again, like a buzz cut, that rounded effect that we're looking for today. So we're working from the front. I'm just going to cut it flat, because this is not going to have texture through the blend. But this is just going to create my nice guide of where I need to come off on when I'm working for the blend. Nice small sections. Cut into that. All the way through to the front. You can see I'm just following the fringe round. I'm not bringing this fringe back anywhere, I'm just following it right the way around. Fingers are starting to angle forward. Again, I'm cutting the fringe shorter. Again, keep them sections nice and close together. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the razor on the fringe to cut this and crop this fringe in. So just remember, make sure the hair is nice and wet. I'm going to put this baseline in. So again, we're going to go, got a very strong, short hairline. You can see, God was good to this man. It's a very good hairline. So I'm going to expose it and make it look even better, okay? So I'm going to work, just put my guide in. Just cut this fringe nice and short. Again, I want that nice soft fringe. I don't want it to be too blunt with a clipper or a scissor. Following this hairline round, I'm not following a particular guide. My guide is his hairline, so I'll make it look a lot more natural. Now what I'm going to do is just to soften this out as well, and just to try and remove a little bit of the bulk at the front. I'm just going to run the razor over the top of that, just to thin that out a slight touch. Just help it sit a bit flatter and a bit smoother as well. I'm just going to run it into the hairline just to break that up a little bit as well. There we go. Now, I'm going to dry this off, and I'm going to put a bit of texture in it. So I'm starting to dry off the whole back and sides now. We're going to start with our clipper work as well after this. There we go. Now, to add some texture to this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a section, so just from before, where I started my original cutting, I'm going to pick it up, work down the centre, and cut at the root. So what this helps to do is help to thin out his hair, but also it'll just add a little bit of texture to this sort of very short crop. Good thing is, well, doing something like this, because his hair is so short, the regrowth isn't going to make it spike up too much, because he will be getting a haircut in a few weeks' time anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. If you're doing it on something maybe about double the length of what he's got, it could stand up a little bit, but for this, it's perfect. What it'll help to do as well, this is a bit of a form of collapse. When we talk about root lift and collapse, this is the collapse. This will actually help it sit a bit flatter as well, because we're taking thickness out of the root, the base of the hair. I'm just leaving it before the fringe. Now if you look at that, how much hair is coming off that, you see. So there's quite a lot of thickness coming out of his hair, even though it's quite short. And now, just to break it up a little bit more, go from the section before the fringe, and just cut into the hair as you move the comb back. Okay. Same thing through the middle. Do it in stages so it doesn't clog up on the comb. And just remember to work your scissor completely straight towards you. Don't angle it, because that'll remove length. We can just try to break this up a little bit. So we start by doing it at the root, and we do it through the top. So what this will do, when we put a bit of product in there, it just starts to create that little bit of a broken, messier crop. Nice and fast. Go. That's all we need to do to this. So we're going for quite a high skin fade, yeah? Cool. Starting my number 2. For the guide, and the transition point. Now I'm just going to brush this out a little bit as well, just to see exactly which way his hair is going. So 2.5. I'm going to work this one fairly high up. Usually I'd come up and off, but I can't really create too much head shape at this length. So again, like we're looking for that crop look. So again, a crop effect is that more rounded kind of, again, buzz cut look. As you see, I'm working this right up to the round of the head. I'm working right up to where I put my transition guide in. Onto my 2 now. Working into that 2.5. Put my 0 guide in. So what we'll do now, start it about here. So we've got a nice wide angle to blend. Again, going for that nice high effect. I'll blend this into your beard for you as well, mate, alright? So just get a nice line. Good, what the way to do is turn your clippers on, top of the ear, slide it across, and then work up. Create a nice little line. And working the minis up to the 0.
Yeah, it was weird because before working at the company, I wasn't quite aware.
I'm just working all the way around with the trimmers and work this up to my trimmer line, my mini clipper line, whatever you like to call them. To create that very harsh, high effect on the back and sides, I'm going to start blending straight away with my half. All right. So I'm not going to work down in guards. I'm going to work up and off with my half. Okay. So what you'll see is you get a really nice harsh effect. Start from the right hand side. So work this right up and off the head. I'm working in between the 0. Moving that a bit lower down. And then just working through the lever to get rid of that line in the 0. One guard on, open, and work right up into that 2. Close 1, up and off. Use my half guard, open, closed. I'm just working down through the lever. And just turn the minis round and just work over with the teeth facing to get rid of that foil line. Work up and off into that 2, down to the 1, same kind of thing, working up and off the head, and then use the half guard to effect. Just use the half just in the corner just to work out any darker patches, and then just work down through the lever until you get down to 0. Just use the corner to work through any darker patches. Again, working clipper over comb now. I'm going to start to work into the crown, okay? So pick it up, as you can see the way it's growing as it's dried. Pick it up and just work through that. You just start to cap off that crown. You don't need it for this haircut, it's not going to do them any favours growing out. But I say do this coming towards the end when it's dry, so you can see exactly how to cut it. Follow the way it grows, and especially when it's this short, you really want to follow the way it grows, just for the way it grows out. Now working up into that corner that we cut earlier. So you start to see my guide now. So I pick that up. There's a guide from above it. So I pick that up there. There's my guide that I'm working towards. That'll start to get that nice and high and tight and round buzz cut effect. I'm just working through the open guard I'm just using the corner just to look at any darker patches that I can see. I'm just going shorter and shorter just to make sure we get them out. There we go. And a good thing to do is step away from your work as well, so step away. It's hard to see when you've got different light shine on it until you step away, so you get a real visual of what that's like. So you can start to really see where you need to work a little bit more on. 1.5. So I'm here. Teeth angled towards me, just get a bit of a more of a transition on there. Into a 1. Into my half. Into my 0, in between a 0.5. 0. Teeth angled towards me over that 1, just to blend in nicely. There we go. Teeth facing towards me, towards Noah. Work over that line, and then just slightly drag down. Teeth facing towards Noah. Bring it up, 1, a bit higher up. Open blade open, so down to a 0.5 or a half. Into your 0. Teeth towards, just find it just seems to transition a little bit easier. So it kind of like just in between the sort of like a 1.5 in a sense. And just work over that and I'll work against it. Just freehand that as well. There we go. What I want to do is I'm just going to lean Noah back against me, and I'm going to just chip into that fringe a little bit just to break it open more. So lean back for me. Close your eyes at this point for me, Noah, as well. It's getting a lot of hair on your forehead now. Just at the very fingers completely flat against the scalp. Cut into that a little bit. Same thing here. There we go. Perfect. And that, guys, is done. How's that looking for you, Noah? Yeah, happy, yeah? Sweet, man. Thank you very much. Right, so what I'll do is I'll just blast it off the cold air, get rid of all that loose hair, and then I'll put a little bit of the Regal Gentleman matte clay in this just to break it up a little bit. Just show you how to style it yourself. Just a bit of cold air. The Regal Gentleman matte clay. So again, we don't need a lot. I always tend to use a peanut size amount. If you need to add more, add more. Just don't overload it. There's no need to it. Sometimes it's always nice just to add a little tiny bit more, because sometimes you get to the very end of the pot and you've overused it and you've washed most of it off your hands and you come to none, you regret doing that. So always just try and use a little bit and add more if you need to. So what I'm going to do now, should I rub it in like a shampoo? Up, down, and then just however you want it to fall.
I would always say on the side of your condition of your hair is apparent. Whereas she's a colourist, so she will do more colour, more good.
And then just give your finger a rub through like that. And that's done. How's that? Oh yeah, happy days, yeah? Sweet, man. Right guys, to recap, what we did was basically like a short kind of overgrown crop with loads of texture. It's basically what we've done today with a very high skin fade. Obviously, more than just putting clippers over the top, we thought we'd do it kind of just with this with a bit of sort of a little bit more texture than a normal kind of buzz cut. We raised the fringe so it was a bit shorter than everyone else, so like a short back and sides look with a short fringe. But we used a razor on that to kind of create more of a broken fringe. It wasn't too blunt, so it looks quite natural. Cut his crown short because he's got a double crown. It would just stick up, so freehanded that a little bit as well. Made that sit a bit flatter, and then just applied a little bit of the Regal Gentleman matte clay just to finish off and to show off that texture. Happy?
Very happy.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much, buddy. I'll show you the back and sides now. Get a nice high fade into the top. All right? Thanks, man. Brilliant.